Hi guys, today we are creating this fun makeup look, playing with some new and old makeup in my collection. So I hope you're here for it. So if you want to see how I created today's look and hear all about my most recent embarrassment, keep on watching. We're getting into it now. Hi, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I am going to be doing a casual makeup look of the day. By casual, I just mean like I don't really have anywhere to go, but the look itself is actually going to be a very colorful, fun, dramatic, playful look. Like I don't really have any idea what I'm going to do, but I know that I want to play with these two palettes. So I anticipate something colorful will come out of it. Although there are some neutrals in there a little bit. Anyhow. Yeah, so if you want to hang out while we put our makeup on together, or you want to watch me put on my makeup for the day, then just keep watching. We're getting into it now. Let me start off by trying to clip my hair back and seeing if I can stand it being back. Because like when I clip my hair back, it pulls my little hairs that are growing in, and it's like so much weight with my long hair. My hair is so like thick and heavy that when it pulls, it really pulls heavy on the baby hairs, and it's just like too much. Anyway, all right. Well, got a little bit of a bouffant going today. I don't even think that's how you say it. I'm just making fun of it. Anyway, okay, so let's just get into the makeup. I do actually already have my under makeup moisturizer on, and if you saw my most recent Chatty Get Ready With Me, which was featuring my new Sephora brushes, you know that I picked up a new darker foundation. But I'm actually not going to be using that foundation today because since I don't have anywhere that I need to go, I want to see what, hold on, and I probably should have done this. Okay, hold on. Since I don't really have anywhere that I have to be today, and I'm not feeling very well, so I stayed home. I didn't go with my family. Sorry, I just choked on my own spit. Did anybody else ever do that? Anyway, since I wasn't feeling very well, I stayed home today instead of going with my family. And so, yeah, since I don't have anywhere that I need to be, and I just want to play with some fun, colorful makeup, all for me, I'm going to check out my darkest About Face foundation and just see how far off my current skin tan it is, so I can see whether or not I actually did need to pick up that darker foundation or what. Yeah, and I probably should have done this before I bought that other foundation, but you know, that would have made too much sense. I'm gonna just swipe this all over my face and then get into the eye look of the day. But yeah, let me go ahead and tell you the embarrassing story while I'm putting on my makeup. I apologize that I'm not making eye contact completely, but I'm just looking right here next to you to put on my makeup. But yeah, let me tell you about my embarrassing story at the water park the other day. So we were there, me and my family, hanging out, okay? And like, I haven't been out in a while, okay? I haven't been out in public in a while, like other than like the grocery store or something, okay? I don't get out much this year because of my health. I haven't gotten out much in the last few years because of my health, okay? So my ability to blend in with the crowd is not up to par like it used to be, okay? And so, I mean, I try to be on my best behavior, I swear. But something or another is just always going to happen to me, especially if it's in a really family-friendly setting. I'm going to do something the most inappropriate way possible and like totally by accident. For example, I am picking up my season pass at the water park because my family already had their passes. They had been to the park before, but I hadn't been well enough to join them in the past. So this was my, like in the past this summer. So like I hadn't been well enough to join them at all this summer, the other times that they went. So I got my season pass this past weekend when I went. And So I was going to get my photo made for my season pass. And, you know, I mean, like I've got my hair braided in fun little colorful matching hair ties that coordinate with my Bucky's bathing suit. And all of that. But you can't see that in a black and white photo, okay? And I'm wearing like, I don't know, like a big coverall or whatever. And I was like, oh, hold on. I was like, let me try to look a little cute for my photo. Because I thought it was going to go on the card like it used to. Anyway, and so I take off my coverall. And I feel like this is actually a really perfect match. And I went a little bit too light with the coverage. I'm going to go on with a little bit more foundation here where I feel like I need it. Anyway, I'm standing there smiling for the camera, okay? And the girl, who is like probably a teenager, okay, in her doing her little summer job, she looked really young. I mean, not like super young, but like 17, 18 maybe, okay? She's standing there just looking at me, and she like looks over at my family, and she's not snapping the picture. And I'm just standing there, and I'm like, go ahead, get my best side. My husband looks over at me, and he's like, your boob's hanging out. And I was like, what? And the girl just like looked away at my, and I was like, what? I looked down, I was like, oh my God. I covered up. I had to tuck myself back into my bikini top. And I was like, that's not what I meant when I said get my best side. She just started laughing. I was like, I apologize. And she was just like, okay, are you ready? Was like, yeah, I'm ready. So then she snapped my picture after that. I was mortified. To say that I was highly embarrassed is an understatement. My husband, of course, like waits a minute before he lets me know. And, you know, thankfully my child was oblivious, so my child wasn't looking. That's quite fortunate for me. But this poor girl, she sure got an eyeful. So, yeah. I was just standing there with everything hanging out in front of this poor girl and her camera, waiting for my photograph to be taken for my season pass, because I was afraid of not looking cute. Literally, you can't take me anywhere. Okay, anyway, I feel like this foundation is actually a really, really good match, and I didn't need to get that darker shade. I think I was jumping the gun when I did that, and I probably shouldn't have done that at all. I'm not going to say that I really regret stopping in and doing that, though, because I'm not really going to say that I regret that haul, because during that same stop, I picked up a powder beauty blender or like Real Techniques version for use with my KVD face palette that I do plan to use today. And that location that I happened to stumble into wasn't my usual location, and they sold Fenty Beauty in that store. So I was able to pick up a fun new blush, and I think it's going to look really great with the eye look that I create today with my Natasha Denona Circle Loco palette. So I'm really excited. I think I'm going to play with this palette today. So that blush is going to look really beautiful with that palette. If I need any other additions, I'll pop into the Circle Loco, but you know, I'm going to be doing a look with these palettes. And if I need any blending out shades for either of these palettes, I might pop into my Tropic palette. So just want to have a little fun today and play with some makeup. So yeah, that's what the plan is. So before I move on to anything else, actually, before I do my powder or setting anything at all, let me finish up my cream cheek products. And I don't think I am going to use my Charlotte Tilbury today because I want to see what kind of look I can get completely with this palette here. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face now. With my Huda Beauty powder, since I'm not going to do any more cream products. And before I get into setting my face, I'm going to set my under eyes with the Huda Beauty Peach Pie. I'm not going to use the KVD powder under my eyes. Like, oops, I think I just broke the lid. Like, that's not a kind of powder that I personally would want under my eyes, because that area is just really like sensitive and delicate, and like I want something more lightweight. I am going to use this foundation, this like foundation brush from the previous set, just to tap in the powder. Okay, sorry. I hopped up unexpectedly to just go take my dogs to the other room so that they wouldn't be like inhaling any of these powders in the air. You know, as much as they would like to be around me, and I would like for them to be around as well, just like with this like scented powder from the peach pie, I don't want them breathing that. It's not even good that I'm breathing it. Like, I'm not really, but I'm like moving away. They don't know to do that. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. So now I'm going to set the rest of my face with my beautiful Sephora powder brush and my Huda Beauty. But to make my life easy, I'm going to go ahead and just dump some out into the lid, because I hate that net so much. It's so annoying. I love how this brush sets my face. It is better than this brush. Sad to say. I mean, it's not sad because, I mean, I did buy them both, but what's sad is that I bought the other one for no reason. Although, I do like having it. It's really beautiful in my hand. Anyway, all right, so I am really excited to play with this Fenty blush. This is my first Fenty product I've ever purchased, like deliberately. I've had a Fenty gloss that I got that was in like a Sephora favorites kit, but like I never bought one on purpose. And I actually didn't even like that gloss. I don't understand the hype of it. I just don't like the scent of it, and I don't like the texture either. That was like the original gloss. I don't know what any other formulation styles have been like. Oh, this is so small. I thought there was powder that had spilt on the package, because there's little like speckles all around, and really it's just the design. How do you open it? Ooh, well, it's got a little piece of parchment paper over the top to keep it nice and like off the lid. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and leave that in there for right now. So this is what the blush looks like. I feel like it might be more fun to do the blush after I've done the eye look. So let me just go ahead and do that. Let's be a little patient. I'm sorry. And I don't want to do the eye look until after I've gone in with the KVD contour palette. So I'm going to focus on this now for a little while. It's my very first time to ever play with it. I haven't even taken a photo. Hello, Michelle. It is really pretty. Okay. So, truth be told, although I've been doing makeup on myself for 35 years at least, let's really just stop and think about how long. Hold on. I just recently had a birthday, so let me add another digit to that counting. Wow. Yeah, I've been doing my makeup for 35 years. So although I've been doing makeup on myself for 35 years, and I was raised by a former makeup artist. I mean, she was an active makeup artist at the time. you know, I didn't struggle with like makeup application. I never had any issues with placement and makeup theory and all of that, like facial structures and how to use makeup for different things and all of that. Like I always was really, really good at it because my mom taught me how to do it and I watched her do the makeup on her clients and I've always really been interested in it. And so like makeup application was never something that I struggled with. But all that being said, there are a few aspects of makeup that I never dabbled in all of those years. One of them being eyeshadow up until 2020. In 2020, I really started playing with eyeshadow. Before that, I had just like done maybe like a color in the crease, maybe something on the outer edge if I thought I could figure it out, and like colored liner. I definitely did colored liner. Anyway, I never did, for example, contour or highlighting. And I certainly didn't play with eyeshadow. And even after I got into eyeshadow, I didn't really get into contouring. I got into highlighting as far as like blingy highlights, but I had never really utilized like matte highlighters to just structure the shape of my face. So I am really excited to give this face palette a go for my very first time ever. This is my very first KVD Shade and Light Contour Face Palette. I love that it's in the beautiful sturdy packaging. And, you know, I personally don't have a problem with KVD, Kat Von D, KVD Vegan, whatever they want to call it. I don't really care. I like that they kept some of the cool aesthetic, and I just like the products and the packaging itself. So I'm really excited to give this a go for the first time ever. Back when this was really popular before, I certainly couldn't even contemplate spending that kind of money on face powders that I didn't even feel were necessary for my routine since I had never utilized them before. So yeah, anyway, all right. Today I do have a handful. I pulled out a handful of contour brushes that we'll see, you know, what might work for me. These are the different brushes that I think might work for contouring. Now, this is the Real Techniques and it's meant for contouring. I feel like this is probably really good for cream products because it's super, super dense. And this is not, I don't really think this is meant for powder so much because this is going to be too dense. This is a very dense brush. So I don't think this is going to be what I need for this item. I don't think that's going to be great for this particular face palette. This one might be nice. This is from the JH Morphe set way back in the day. I believe this is for contour, and here is this brush number if you're curious, like maybe you have the set or whatever. And I feel like this might be good for some people, but this is a little bit too large for my personal cheekbones. I feel like it'll over contour my face. I have this one here from Real Techniques. This was from one of their limited edition collections. Here is the brush style and number right there. Here is what the brush head looks like. I feel like this one isn't too wide. It might actually be like the widest brush that I want to use. It looks like it fits really nicely. And although this is really dense, like it might be good for cream products, it's not as dense as the other Real Techniques one was. So I think this one might have a chance to work for some powders for me today. So I'm going to put that one there and try that maybe. Now here I've got the little under eye powder brush from BK Beauty, or it is also really great for highlighting. And I own two of these because I liked it for highlighter so much. And then once I started using concealer, I liked it as an under eye setting powder brush as well. So since I haven't really been getting a lot of use out of my BK Beauty brushes as of late, I thought that it might be nice to dip back into the collection and see if I could find a brush that might work nicely for contour. And for a more super chiseled look, this might work. Or for highlighting, like say the cheekbone area or the upper part of the nose, this might be a good brush for highlighting for me today. Here's another Real Techniques brush that might be really, really good for contour, especially a detailed contour. It is not as dense as either of the other two Real Techniques brushes, and it's got a little bit of like a duo fiber end. So I feel like that would work kind of nicely to help to blend the product possibly. So we'll see if maybe I want to use this one. I've only got two more, guys, okay? These last two here are both kind of similar, but they're just, you know, different sizes and widths. So this one here is from the It Cosmetics Velvet Luxe or something like that, brush line from a long time ago. I feel like this one might be a really, really nice for contour. Yeah, I think this might be a top contender. Then I have this one from Sigma here. This is what it looks like. I feel like this would be a really great brush if it wasn't as wide. My cheek isn't that large, so I feel like this is just going to take up maybe a little bit too much space, but we'll see. If the others end up being too small, maybe I'll try to work this one in. I don't know if they sell this on the website anymore or not, but I got this at TJ Maxx, and this was actually my very first Sigma brush that I ever purchased. I saw it at TJ Maxx, and I purchased it for somewhere between like $7.99 and $12.99, which I knew was a good price for a Sigma face brush. And I thought that it would go ahead and give me the opportunity to just check out their quality, even though back at that time, I didn't have a need for a contour brush at all. I didn't have a need for this shape. I just really wanted to see what a Sigma brush was like and see if I would want to then place an order off the website. And so I ended up liking the quality of this brush so much that I bought tons of brushes from Sigma. Anyways, but I never have really actually used this brush. I tried to use it for, I think I tried to do, no, I don't think I ever have tried to use it. I just like kind of played with it. And today, if I use it today, it'll be my first time to use it. But I'm going to go ahead and set that one to the side. I want to start off with a smaller brush. And more specifically, let me get my makeup wipe. The brush that I'm super, super curious to check out with that product is my new Sephora brush here. I just played with this brush for the very first time yesterday. Here is the information, and I'm going to clean it off because I did use it yesterday, and I want to probably try this one first for the contour and just see how it applies, because this brush applies everything really magically. It like already has it already blended out, so really nice. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be my very first time to play with this palette. And honestly, I feel like this might be a little bit too light for my cheeks, but I'm a little bit scared to go in with the darkest one right away. So bear with me while I fumble my way through this, okay? Let's just start off with the lightest one first. Okay, first tap. Should I like tap it off at all? Nothing, it's not very powdery at all. It's a very finely milled, beautiful formula, and it's so hard pressed in there that not a lot came up. So this is nice. Okay, here we go. I am so glad I went with that lightest shade first because it is really pigmented. Wow, I feel like contouring really does make a big difference for my super, super round face. And because I do have such like brown cheeks, I'm going to just bring the contour in a little bit and try to create cheekbones. So this is so pigmented, even though I'm this dark. So I'm really curious. Like I might not seem very dark to you, but for me personally, this is the darkest that I've been in a while. And I was significantly lighter 4 weeks ago. So I'm still adjusting to my current level of tan and doing my makeup like that. But anyways, considering how dark I am currently and that this is the lightest shade, and I thought I was going to actually need to use the darker shade, I'm curious if I'm going to be able to really get any use out of this darker shade. Okay, let's just take a look at the face. Loving the cheekbones that I just gave myself. I've never had structure on my face like that. Okay, so I do feel like this brush, though, is way too big for me to try to use the darker shade. So because I am curious, I'm going to go in with the smaller one, the one that is the It one, and I'm going to use the darker one carefully. And I'm going to just chisel out a little bit more detailed. Whoa. Just like right there. Whoa, she pigmented. Wow. That is so pretty, though. I really like that shade. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Okay, I'm probably going to start getting into contouring my neck and stuff just because now I have this palette and it makes it a lot of fun to be able to add some shading to my face in a way that I've never really done before. So your girl's about to start getting a little crazy with the contour in life. Okay, let me just look. I have definitely need to like blend that up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and try that Sigma brush just for a blender. I'm going to use it completely clean and I'm going to just like soften it upwards a little bit. Just like try to blend it in. That's really nice. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Like what a game changer contouring is. Who would have thought? Okay, so this is the side that I'm going to struggle with because I'm like going all the way over. And since I'm still recovering from atrophy of my shoulders and like upper chest and all of that, this is very difficult for me to make that move. So that's going to be hard. It'll get easier in time for me, but wow. I do really, really like the way that that looks. Oh, wow. Okay. So now though, I want to take that beauty blender. Where is that powder beauty blender that I just got? I put it back in the bag. Typically I would wash a product before I use it, but I didn't do that this time. Okay, so which powder do I think I'm going to be able to highlight with for underneath? Let's just try a little bit of this one. Okay. Oh, got a little bit too crazy with it. Oh, okay. Yeah, look at that. I just like completely chiseled out my face. But the Beauty Blender is just a little bit too big for the shape of this palette. Wow, look at that. And that is a beautiful shade of powder for me, actually. So I'm going to go down the top and then just a little bit here. And I'll blend that in a moment. Okay, and then I'm not going to use the Beauty Blender for contouring, like for highlighting under the eye. I'm going to use this brush here. And for under the eye, I'm going to try to use the yellow. Let's just use a little bit of this brightening. And I know I had said I didn't want to try this for under the eye, but I'm going to just do it right here. Not necessarily like up in the under eye. Maybe I should. Let's just see how it looks. Okay, so I just like chiseled out my cheek. Wow. Okay then. And so for here in my chin, I'm going to just take a little bit of the light with a touch of the peach. And just do a little bit of the brightening right there. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to take this particular brush and just like sweep it. Kind of blur that powder, but I got a little bit of the bronze mixed down, so I feel like I need to take a little bit more and just clean it up. Okay, so that's the part that I'm going to have to really practice with, is the cleanup at the bottom. Okie dokie. I do really, really like it so far. Now though, now comes the scary part. I'm going to take a detailed brush. Maybe this is too detailed. Hold on. What kind of a brush? I didn't think to pick out my nose contour type of a brush. Hold on. I'm just going to use this, I'm just going to use this little blinky eyeshadow brush because I don't know what else to use. We'll just see if this works out or not. And I'm going to use the lightest shade because, as we've seen, the light shade is pretty deep. Just a little bit, real carefully, because this is truly like changing the shape of my face. And it's a little bit wild, actually. So just want to, you know, take it a little easy. Start off slow. Not sure if that turned out very well. Let me just try to blend it back in a little bit with the highlight. Okay, so, I mean, there's the nose contour for today. I definitely need a better brush because this is just way too big. So I'll be looking into a brush for that. I mean, it's fine though. Okay, and so lastly, I guess I'm going to go ahead and use this big giant brush because I don't really have anything else that's super, super clean. I'm going to use this big brush for the bronzer shade here, real lightly. That is really nice, and it does provide a little bit of bronzing. Because it's so fluffy at the end, as long as you're really careful when you go into the palette, it like diffuses it nicely. It's not too deep of an application. Wow, that's a beautiful color. I love how the colors in this palette really just like play all together so nicely. So there's my first go with the Shade and Light palette. These were some of my favorite brushes to use with it, surprisingly, as well as these two. So I like these 5 brushes with this palette specifically, like from my collection for my use. There may be other brushes that I want to play with this palette with in the future, but all right. So far I really, really like that palette. The one that I feel like I'm not going to get a ton of use out of is the peach. Maybe I could use a little bit of that peach to like, let's see. I didn't pull out another brush, but like to cover up some of the like freckly spaces. So maybe next time I'll try the peach on my cheeks. But so far, I really like that palette, and I absolutely love the cheekbones that it gave me. Like, look at me. I look like I have serious cheekbones. Now I really need some blush though. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the eye look. That was so much fun. Okay, my eyes are primed. I am going to try to simplify how I do my eyes a little bit. I'm going to start off with something kind of soft in the crease, and I don't really know what direction I want to go in. So maybe I should take a look and pick out what I'm going to do first. Hold on. I know I definitely want to use this palette today for sure, at least a little bit. All right, I'm going to start off by fluffing this dark purple into my crease. This is my favorite shade matte. This is my favorite matte in the whole palette, even though all the mattes are really good. Okay, and I'm just going to start off by, ooh, look at that pigment. Oh my God, and it works so well. Should have tapped off though, because I just felt a little bit of that matte like fluff down onto my face. I love the way Natasha Denona shadows work on this MAC eye base. I just love, love, love how the MAC eye primer works with eyeshadow. It is my absolute favorite eye base. Granted, I haven't tried a whole lot of them, but that's because this one is just so good that I really don't think anyone can compare. I've tried a few others that were like really popular within the beauty community and I wasn't impressed. So I just, I stick with what works really, really well. Okay, I feel like that's a really good start. Next, I'm gonna go into this light purple here from the Tropic palette. I'm gonna take that on the smallest Singe Beauty brush that I have of the blenders. And again, I really don't know what direction I'm going in for this look. I just know I wanna play with these colors right now. And hopefully I can make them like work out together. I'm gonna use this same brush and just blend out the edge a little bit. And then I'm gonna take my big giant Singe Beauty blender and just give that a nice fluff through. Make it look a little bit more seamless and blended. Love, 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 love where that's headed to so far. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna go into this really pretty pink shimmer here. definitely feel the need to spray that one. I'm gonna put that here on the middle of the eye. Oh, that's so pretty. Could have been a little bit more intense. There we go. A nice second layer. Not quite what I had in mind though. I did really want like more va-va-voom. Oh, there it goes. It was just the way that the lighting was hitting. Oh yeah, that's it. And instead of swiping down, oh, that's what it was. It was the way I was applying it. I wasn't allowing the shadows to really perform. I was just laying them, I was just packing them on instead of like smoothing them over. Okay, I was planning on getting like some blue in here, but this pink just really wants to shine. So we're gonna let it shine. Ooh, that's really pretty. Okay. Just gonna go back in with that first purple brush and like deepen up my crease a little bit and fluff that together, and then also blend it in along the crease just to soften everything up. Okay, and then from the Circo Loco, I really want to use this shade Acrobat. This is one of my favorite shimmers in this palette, honestly. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna spray it, especially because my palette has gotten pretty old. I'm thinking about, that's why I've been wanting to use it again. I'm thinking about replacing it, getting a new one. I'm gonna go ahead and just go right here. Oh my gosh, look at that. The only problem with the thought of replacing it is that this is a $130 palette. It doesn't go on sale very much. But I honestly use this palette so much that I personally find it worth it. I love this palette. I love everything about it. It's a standalone palette for me. I use it so much. I dream about this palette. I look forward to this palette. If I didn't have this palette in my collection, I feel like I would cry. That's how much I love it. Okay, that's a little intense, but I feel like it's kind of cool. So I'm gonna run with it. Now for the lower lash line, I'm gonna go back into the Circo Loco with my favorite lower lash line brush, and I'm going to start off deep with the purple. The purple like shimmer. This is like a metallic, not a shimmer. And I'm going to carefully just run that along the lower lash line towards like the back half mostly. From there, I am going to, where is it? Oh, I should have used my new Sephora shader. That was a total fail. I completely forgot. Anyways, okay, so what I'm gonna do with the Sephora shader is, sorry, I bumped the camera. I'm gonna go into my Urban Decay Space Cowboy, and I'm going to use this beautiful shader. And let's just see how it works with this kind of a shade. Should I spray it? I'm not going to. I'm gonna just, yeah, I see a little bit of sparkle on there, but I don't feel like, ooh, I feel like that got something in my, I do see sparkle in there, but I don't feel like, I don't feel like, because the eyeshadow underneath the sparkle is so intense, I don't feel like you could really see it. Although now when I turn and the light catches it, it does have a glimmer, and it didn't have that before. So that's nice. It did add a little sparkly effect, and I'm gonna just keep what's on that brush and put it here up in my brow bone. Just for a little fun. Okay. Do I want to do anything else? I'm not really sure. I want to do something in the front and then also to blend out the rest of the lower lash line. So I'm going to go into this really beautiful bright pink and let's just see what it looks like on me now with the tan, because surprisingly this color showed up so nicely on me even with me being light. So I want to see what it looks like now that I'm darker. It is like a darker pink now that I'm darker, but you do see it. It might not show up that great on camera, but I do see it here in person. So I'm going to put that there towards the front like that, and then I'm going to use this same brush in that same shade to just buff out the rest of the lash line like this. Okay, so I really like the way that looks there. I feel like that's pretty good. What do we think? I'm gonna go ahead now and hold on. I definitely feel like I got sparkles in my eye on this eye. That's not good. Okay, so I wanted, sorry I keep shaking the table. I do have a new fun little water activated liner here, and in here I have a purple, but I don't think the purple will show up with this being so dark. So what I'm gonna do instead is okay, you guys, so here's the finished eye look. I really like the way the eyes turned out. I did get a little carried away with the wing, but it was very intentional. It wasn't like, oops, and it kept getting bigger. This was I went in there big, I wasn't going home. Okay, so for today's liquid lip, I think that might be too berry. So I'm going to use my very first Lime Crime product ever. Here is the shade name. I hope that this color will go really nicely with this look. I didn't actually look inside to see what it looks like, but it's a very cute little component. So, okay. Take off my lip balm that I had from earlier. Smells kind of like the Too Faced ones. Love. Wow. Love this shade. Let's let it dry. Hold on. Very, very concealer lip look without being a warm lipped concealer lip. It's very cool tone. And oh my God, I'm living for this lip. Okay. Let's not pull the hair down yet. Let's now get into the Fenty blush. I'm so excited about this. Okay, I'm really excited to check out this blush. What brush am I going to use? Let's just go ahead and use this Sephora blush brush that happens to be right in front of me because I just want to get into the product. So, okay, here we go. Ooh. Here we go. There's no turning back now. Love it. This is basically a powder version of my Morphe Lilac Cream Blush, which I'm so excited about that this actually has more of an iridescent hue than that one does. Oh my God, look at this color. I look like a wild woman today, ready for a party. And honestly, I'm not saying that that's an accurate statement. Okay, whoa. I feel incredible. I feel incredibly fabulous right now. I can't lie. I cannot tell a lie. I feel really fabulous. I'm going to just buff it in a little bit with this duo fiber brush. Oh my. Wow. This look is a fun time. Let me take down the hair. Let's get a full vibe here. So here is my finished look of the day. So here is my finished look of the day, playing with some new and old makeup products that are absolute top faves. Already, I know already that I love this KVD palette, and I am so here for this blush. Oh my God. Now, this lip is an all-time favorite color already. This really reminds me of one of the About Face lip mattes that I really, really liked, but this formula is less drying. This feels a little bit more like the Too Faced whipped formula did. I could use a little bit of a lip liner. So let's see if I, sorry to shake the camera. Let's see if I can get it to just take a little bit of the lip liner color. Yeah, it does. That's great. Just enough to shape the lip. Yeah, I feel like that made all the difference. That gave me just enough shading in the mouth. And oh my God, I feel like my makeup is on point today. I'm so here for this look. I'm having so much fun now playing with all this makeup. It really lifted my spirits from not feeling very well today and all week long really. But yeah, I did have an appointment with my specialist a couple of days ago. So I'm now on the road. I'm now starting on that journey to find some answers, hopefully, and try to get a little bit better. But yeah, so let me know what you think of today's makeup look. Let me know how you think I did with the KVD face palette. Did I go a little ham in the contouring? I mean, I know I kind of did, but you might want to get used to seeing that because I have a feeling that I'm going to be playing with this one like on the daily. It's going to be part of my new daily repertoire. So anyways, yeah, I had so much fun playing with all this makeup today. I hope you enjoyed today's video and hanging out with me. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and including me in part of your day. It really does mean so much to me. And yeah. So let me know down below what you think of today's look. I really want to know. Take a close-up of the eyes. And a good look at the contouring. Let me know what you think. I can handle a little bit of critiques in the comments. That's okay. I can handle some critiques in the comments, so leave it down below, but just be nice. It's okay for you to share your opinions. I appreciate your opinions, whether we agree or disagree, but just always be kind in the comments, and I'm here for it. So yeah, if you did enjoy today's video, I would love for you to click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much, and I'm trying so hard to grow my little channel at least a little bit. So your support means so much to me. So thank you again for being here and watching my videos all the way through and supporting my channel the way that you do, like you always do. It really does mean so much to me. If you'd like additional ways to support my channel, I do have a channel membership. I would love for you to join. I will leave that link down below. I have member exclusive videos throughout the month. So if you would like to hang out with me in a more exclusive manner, then yeah, be sure to join my channel membership. But that's going to do it for today. So before you go, make sure you click the subscribe button and click the little notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.